Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Number 67 coming at you. Big energy tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Martin Sharp's in the house on the AV. Man, I'm running the east side downtown Brownsville tonight. We're going to bring it. You want it, we bring it. We continue to bring it. Woo! That's what I'm saying. Man, what a week. It's rain like hell. You know what I'm saying? These guys come down to do the show. What do you say? Rain go away. You know what I mean? Rain go away. It's a good time for rain to go away. We're coming into the race weekend. Mark, you good over there? Everything's set?
Yep.
He would tell me if it was. Like that's no, it's all good. No, happy to have you tune in tonight. It's a pleasure. Like I said, number 67 tonight. We were pretty stoked about it. We ran a show last weekend. Last week, 66, obviously, with the Junior Race Club. And we were pretty excited about having these guys on this week. We've had them before, and it's been a while. It's been a while. You know what I mean? What you think of that music style? You like that? That's Guerrilla Radio. Right against the machine. I tell you, Freddie was in concert like that. He was unconscious, man. Not seeing him.
Top notch.
Top notch. Top notch. Okay, I'm going to get back here to my purse. Let me get my drink here first. Hold on. Let me get my drink. There we go. We got business. We got shop talk here. A little business to cover before we get down to the meat and potatoes. What do we got? We got a hell of a crowd tonight, dog. That's exactly right. We ain't messing around. Okay, welcome, my friends, my family. I feel like I'm a politician. What do you think? I lie like hell. I do good. You know what I'm saying? Lying sons of bitches. But anyways, no, we're tuned in tonight. We're excited to get the show going tonight. We got a big weekend of racing going on. And what's on stall? Something going on?
No, I'm just trying to.
Does that work like that? Okay, yeah. Okay, don't break it. No. It's fine. It'll work. No, we got a big weekend coming up here. I think everybody does for racing. There's a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? For us too, you know? It was a big weekend last weekend, there was a lot going on. We're getting into the meat and potatoes of things right now. Before we get started, one thing we have to put out there, we're rest in peace for Paige Elizabeth. We're going to put that out there, you know? Obviously, a heinous event occurred. And she is no longer with us. And God bless her and her family and friends. It's just, I'm speechless. I was speechless when I heard it, like many of you probably were. So anyways, that's the crappy part of sometimes the show, you know, but you got to honor people, and she needs to be honored. So anyways, moving on, let's look at these sponsors right now. We always got to run the sponsors. Mark, you got anything for me? Everything hooked up, running?
Everything's looking good.
Good. Okay, first thing, let's get down to it. Dan's Auto Repair, downtown Rousersville. Full service garage inspections, tire rotations, oil changes, complete overhauls, and bids for decades. You want to see Chad down there, he'll take care of you. Bob Dunn Racing Products, BDR Racing, that's right. Stock car, drag racing, street rod, Hoocher Tires, American Race Tires, he has fuel, aluminum bodies, components. He's a Half Valley and Sealand Grove. Week in, week out. Good people. Amsoil by Aaron Miller, oils, lubes, and greases. Okay? Oils, lubes, and greases, Amsoil. Good product. We used to run Amsoil on our race cars. And that's why our motors blew. This season. That's a joke, everybody, okay? Do not take that any farther than it needs to go. Okay, Amsoil's a good product, seriously. They stuck behind us, and the whole, it's a good deal. See Aaron. Freeze Motorsports, a freezing company. How about East Coast Legends? They're all your Legends car needs. Official Onyx dealer PA. You find them on Facebook. Great ethics, leadership, the Class Act group. It really is. They're bringing like, 40 couple cars every time they get it. Okay? Dillman's Hauling, dump trucks. So they're going to haul some dirt for you, haul some stone, haul whatever you want. Okay? New Bloomfield, Pennsylvania. So they come on this year. We welcome Dillman's Hauling. Joe's Custom Detailing, located in Chambersburg. Did clean packages, superb detailing, inside and out. Find them on Facebook. Jonesy, as I like to call him. Jonesy, he wheels the East Coast Legends number 5. Mark, we're filming okay?
Yep.
Just double checking. Freeze Power Washing right there. Give him a call, he'll power wash up. You know what I'm saying? We'll get her super duper clean. He's out and about right now. It's a busy time of year for him. So give him a call. Freeze Power Washing, top notch. Can't go wrong. Lynn Billy. Old Lynn Billy. Racing alcohol. Bought my racing alcohol there for years. He ain't gonna buy her any cheap. I'll tell you that right now. He'll take care of it. You get with me, get with Lynn on Facebook. He will hook you up. Okay? That one, Midway Seal Coating, Tommy Slanker, he's up in the Dover area, York area, laying the driveway sealer down. Him and Cole, they both raced, obviously, and they've been on with us here for 2 seasons now, and we're glad to have them back as well. D&D Auto Recycling, Williamsport, Maryland, you go see Dougie. Never a dull moment when you go see Dougie, I can assure you that, okay? They'll fix you right up, they got a good operation going, obviously they're proud sponsor of 2T Cal Lee, the General Lee, okay? Geared Up Firearms, training, gun cleaning, they're located in Westminster, Maryland. They've been in business now a couple of years, and they're really good with all that stuff, carry permits and things like that. They're all about that. They'll fix you up, one-stop shop. Quick Lubes are us. Oil changes, PA inspection, minor vehicle repair, brakes, flushes, car washes, pet washes, how anything wash. Don't wash anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You just put the change in, don't wash it. Okay? Waynesboro, they're behind Dairy Queen, out there in Wayne Heights. TA War Construction, home remodeling, 40 years in the service, Navy vet, sponsor of the 270 Microclass at Path Valley Speedway. Huge contributor to renovations and projects going on up the racetrack there, especially now. Bleachers getting worked on and redid. Running for Suicide Awareness, Richie Dobson. Richie Dobson, he's the technical director there of the East Coast Legend Series. Text 988, everyone's life's important, and Richie's taken it upon himself to do that on his own accord in dime, is to promote that suicide awareness. Chan's Logistics, how about old Strap Daddy, huh? He's not really Strap Daddy, but he is. He's trucking now, baby. You know what I mean? Chan's Logistics, he's out trucking. Come on, breaker. Yeah, he's out on the road. Gotta love Chance. He's obviously a big he's part of the team. Wolves Weaver Motorsports, right? Okay. Good. Chan's been with us 2 seasons now. Ashley Yoder Designs, race cars, wraps, decals, signs, apparels. Find her on Facebook. She does an excellent job. Take a look at Bobby Dunn's race car in the 34. It's a beautiful car. She does really good work. She's up in that northern tier, I like to call it, area right there. MGK Racing, Michelle Gunner and Keith Walls. Okay? Limited Late Model Race Team right here in Franklin County, number 462, number 85. Like that. They're on here as well. And welcome them on the show, on the sponsor grid. They wanted to come on, and we said, yes, sir, we'll do it. You know, that'd be great. So, yeah, they got a lot going on. While we're on that topic, June 1st, it's a Sunday, I'm pretty sure. June 1st is a Sunday. They're going to have it at Fort Loudon. They did a race car swap meet and greet like that for drivers and such. We attended it as well, and we plan on attending it again. There's a lot of race cars there. It turned out really nice. It really did. So get yourself out there in the afternoon at Fort Loudon, okay? On your way to Path Valley, it was on a Sunday. And they'll have their race car deal. All the cars will be there. No matter what your race, bring them on down. Okay. So, Mark, are we missing any sponsors?
No.
Always like to look at the board. You know what I'm saying? You really want to screw with me and hide sponsorship papers. And then I'm like, Middle Age Junior Race Club, obviously, that Elbows Up, we own that, support it. It was on, we had his folks on last week. The kids did a really good job. That was a really good show. That continues to blossom, the whole deal there with the junior racers. That's your future of racing, and we support that to the Hilton back. There's no question about that. Next show will be June 19th. So there's a gap there. Why, you ask? Is there a gap? Well, I'm going to tell you. One is my daughter. She's graduating, okay, high school, okay. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? And take care of things back. AV upgrades, right. So a lot of the audio visual, the sound system, all that stuff, it's all arrived. It has arrived. That's right. The little guy with the turbine that runs the prime truck, he's rolled in, you know what I'm saying? And he's dropped off all these stuff, you know what I mean? We got it all. We have it all, okay? So we got a guy, Jeff Alders, wonderful fellow, very fluent in that area. He's also head of the Maryland Stock Car Racing Hall of Fame, okay? We were able to do some things for them last year, and we're going to continue to do that and do it. Speaking of that area down there, you see Greg Henry got put in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and that's that Beltsville area right there. And it's been, he has a number 11 full flame on it. You have to meet his family when I was down there last winter. And it's pretty cool, A lot of guys don't realize. So there's a lot of history in Southern Maryland racing that you just don't realize. Even me, till I went down there. I mean, you obviously think about Roy Dees, you think about Mark Elskas, those names ring a bell. But it goes deeper than that, and even deeper than that, okay? So, we will we'll be doing a bottom line next week. The bottom line is always on Monday, because what's Monday? It's Memorial Day. Anybody wants to pay attention to my shit on Memorial Day. The guy in the audience just said that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we're going to do it Tuesday. We're going to do Tuesday at 8 o'clock. The bottom line is going to be Tuesday next week at 8 o'clock. We'll run the bottom line the next couple of weeks. Speed Week will be coming in there, Appalachian Mountain Speed Week, okay? and we'll be covering several of those events, doing the walkabouts, okay? You gotta love the walkabouts. They're brought to you by Freeze Motorsports. We like doing them. We just did a walkabout there at the World Outlaws at Bedford. That's right, in Bedford. We had a little fun there. And we'll be doing there, like I said, for Speedway coverage. So we got a lot going on, and like I said, we upgraded. We're going to have some super duper audio and visual equipment in here now, buddy. It's on. I'm telling you, she's on. So, another thing, merch. Merch, shirts are on the way, decals, the whole 9 yards. I'd say the shirts are probably like a week and a half. They were supposed to be at the end of this week, but I don't see it happening. You know how it is. But I'd say by the next, not this week, the next week going in. So we'll have new shirts and all that. Plenty of decals here, another hat orders going in. I see a fellow in the stand there wearing a hat. You know what I'm saying? Pretty stylish. I gotta be honest. I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll get to him in a minute. Okay. No. So you get with me on that. The ULMS, that's right, Zuber and Company. Saturday, Tyler County Speedway in Millbourne, West Virginia. That's right, West by God ass kicking Virginia is where we are headed. Elbows up style, to bring the big energy. Pre-race center will be there. We'll be doing driver interviews, and we will be up in the mic to call the show. We were fortunate enough last year. We were at McKee County and Outlaw Speedway, and we did pre-race zones, and we're up in the booth, especially McKee County. That was great. And we were on the stick, as they say, in the big mic world, right? And we're looking forward to that. We're going to live stream that as long as we can get service. And that'll be through ULMS Facebook page and myself. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of good stuff there to go. You were just talking out loud. Mason Ziegler there, Eddie Perry Jr., Tyler Carpenter, Michael Legg, Logan Zarin. Who else am I missing, Stahl? I'm probably missing people. Dave Stam. Yeah. But no, there's a good bit of, there'll be a decent field down there. These are a decent field of cars. So it's a little bull ring, is what they tell me, it's what I see. And yeah, so we're going to roll down there Saturday for ULMS and Zuber and Company and give them some support. Elbows up style, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's go ahead and do the results, right? So, it's result time. Brought to you by, I love these signs, you know what I'm saying? You like it, you're getting ready to see what's on there. You can really mess me up and put something that shouldn't be on there. You know what I mean? You'll be like, hey everybody, what's that? You'll be like, Dan's Auto Repair. We want to thank Dan's Auto Repair. He is the proud sponsor of doing our results every week. Thank you, Dan's Auto Repair. You know what I'm saying? We're just straight down the road, man. East side, downtown Roswell. Not the south side, we're the east side. Right? Man, this guy's like asleep in the crowd. Not that bad. Oh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I don't know, dude. Okay, it's all good. Stall.
It's the weather.
Everything lined up okay, good down there?
Yep. We can hear you.
Good. That's what's important. They can't hear me. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a drink. Hold on. We can put some air conditioners in here. One air conditioner. Central Air is in the center of our building. Now, it's probably a little cool in here, but it's better than it gets hot up here, though. I gotta be honest, a lot of hot air. Okay, results. Dog Hollow. Let's run them. Crates. Danton Kaiser. Danton Kaiser, he was victorious at Dog Hollow. And Dog Pound. Bedford. Okay, Friday, Bedford, we see the limited late models with Snooki. Lane Snook. Lane Fun Snooki, of course. Clinton Hurst second. Shoemaker third. Wine fourth. Fifth, rounded out, was 462 Keith Walls. 7 lanes went to Ryan Sager. Sager? Did I say it right? Sager? Yeah.
Sager.
Right. Okay. Pure Stocks. We've seen the Showing Boy. He was winner. Back in the second, Chowders. I love saying this. Chubby Chowders. You know what I'm saying? I love that name. Chubby Chowders. And then Swanger. And then Troutman, right? Troutman was what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Troutman finished fifth in the old street stock. That's good stuff there. Pure Stocks are. That's good stuff. I talked to him there in Bedford, and I was like, I said, dude, you run a Pure Stock, you know what I'm saying? And I said, that's pretty cool, you know? He was like, yeah, man, it was raining on the boards, I haven't done it. I'm like, that's great. You know what I mean? Just go race somewhere, you know what I mean? That's awesome. Mods, we seen Alta Belly parked. Mitch Thomas was second, Dixon Jr. was third, Davis fourth, and then lo and behold, Spike. Spike's always up in there in the top 5. You know, Spike's getting it done. He's getting it done. Williams Grove, Clinton County got rained. Williams Grove going to get rained out like 9 out of 10 times. That was crazy. Sealy Grove, 410s. Chase Dees. Jake, what's his last name, Mark?
What, Cartland?
Carlo, sorry. I apologize. I have it right down a little weird. And then, of course, Double D. You know, he was third. You know what I'm saying? He's like bitching about something. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn things. You know, but anyway, 305s, Logan Spar. He was victorious. 305s. Who wouldn't want to bring 305s to track? I'm serious. They bring 305 cars. Okay, I mean it's a dead win. You know, I'm being honest. It is. But they do put on a good show. They do. They're not bad. They give them up Half Valley. They care. They rip on it real good up there. Potomac, rain, plus they had a power outage. That's from what I could see there. They had to shut the show down. Right there. They had a little power outage. Must be like Weaver Valley. You ever watch that stuff? That's Weaver Valley stuff. I always want to talk about Weaver Valley and I forget about it, right? That Weaver Valley. Like, I like the one day, I think it was just yesterday. It was the guy doing the ride along in car recording. I was like, he was hanging on the side of that late model. Like, that was awesome, dude. I don't know how they don't get like death threats and like whatever because some of the stuff they put on there. I'm serious. They hold back nothing on them. But it is funny. It is funny. So, Half Valley, we've seen Waco sportsman, Tony Jackson. He was with us on the pre-race zone up there that night we always run. And Tony Jackson won. He rolled it from 49 down to 50 winners. 150 times. A lot of history with that guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of history there. The Jackson family period. Okay. Larry Jackson, correct, Mark? That was his father, Larry?
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Mark.
His uncle's Barry Jackson, the big
Well,
sprint mechanic.
Barry Jackson. Yeah, Mark, you keep dropping that thing.
Oh.
I'm not getting you a can of crazy glue today. Okay. Thunder Cars. I was talking about TV's Body Shop. Tim Burkholder in 35 years in business, and he put 35 laps to this Thunder Car race and $500 a win. She was busy. Up the graph. Old Update. He won. I gotta give you that. He did. He schooled the field. Is he signed in?
Yeah.
Good. Old Update signed in. That's right. Update, he won the
He
pre-race.
says, tell Tommy my paint is dry now.
Yeah, right. That's good. That's good, my friend. Yeah, good for him. Good for Up the Graph. He scored it. 600s, Cole Ruiz, he picked up another one there, second one. Okay, he had a little rough start there in the beginning of the year, now he's on 120. 270s, a little controversy there, you know what I'm saying? Under scrutiny, I believe they say. Scrutiny is the word. But Cameron McClure was awarded the victor of that race, okay? Now victor of that race. And then we've seen East Coast Legends. East Coast Legends was Colton Freeze. And once again, Mark, how many did they bring? Like close to 40? 36. 36? There you go. I mean, that good field. They have some hard crashes there, man. A couple of them were bad, man. Rick Hardaway, God bless that guy. That was crazy.
I don't know how he's not dead.
I know. But Colton Freeze, no, he took it. Colton Freeze, Hounshell. Hounshell is how you say Hounshell. Scott Hounshell, he raced door to door with him, and then Colton got around him. Colton's 4 wins on the season in the car. He also runs a modified as well. They have one. He ran it a couple times last year. You know what I'm saying? H-Town, how about limited late model style? Ray Cable Jr. Oh, huh? How about the Cable Man? Right on. First one, right? First one in that car. Correct me if I'm wrong, that car is a shake car? That's what I thought. Very shake car. A lot of history there. People don't know the history on the shake. If you go back to Daytona's, they have no clue. Bobby Valentine, Harry Shake. Right, the 00. Snooki. You can't cut that Snooki out, man. The only one who can cut Snooki out is Mike the Situation. If you remember watching, you don't remember that, do you? Back in the day, when that was on TV. What's that called? Real World.
No, Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore, that's right. Jersey Shore. Snooki.
Yeah, the Situation.
Well, you can be Mark the Situation. You want to get you gunned up.
You get my hair like that?
Yeah, all greased up. Steve Kent was third, or excuse me, well, I lost that. Zuki was third. Semi-late, Steve Kent won. Pure Stock, Evan Faust won. Lincoln 410s, Freddie Raymer. Hey, Freddie. Chase DT won. He's doing good. Chase is doing good. He's doing real good. I mean, seriously, that guy's doing great. Dylan Norris, he had a rough flip there. You know, he let that ride for support for World Outlaw weekend, and he dumped her. You know, he was racing things, sprint car, but he does run in 358s now, so he stepped back and drifted like he did 358s, paid $1,500 the woman down there in them sprints, and there's like 35 of them. That's a competitive class down there. Port super late models Andrew Yoder, right? Yep, Andrew Yoder, he stepped it up. Weaver was second. Eckert, Scrub was third. Okay, Scrub was third. 410s, Macri. Mark, I'm running to get you, man. Bard, that's right. Bard. Who's Bard's first name?
Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
He won by about, what, an inch?
Yeah. And then Double D was third, right? You can be watching. He does. He sneaks in on here, and then he gets pissed when I make fun of him. Like,
Billy will come down here and beat you up.
Billy. Yeah, now he's a good race car driver. Like him or don't, he's a good race car driver. I can't say anything wrong there. I just like picking him, you know, I mean, good riding on him. But one day he probably will show up here, work me over right on set. That'd be great for the views. Anything for the views, Mark. Grandview, High Limit, it was Rico, right? Rico's hot. He is. He's hot right now. Sweet was second. Bell third. Danny Dietrich with eighth. You gotta give him dubs there. I mean, any big slouch field. Okay. You ever been to Grandview? One time? Yeah. That's great. Over a big hill. Yeah. I died walking on him. Bedford, World Outlaws. How about that? World Outlaws. McCready. So McCready, let's get this straight. He wins when his father's anniversary of his death, right? The great Barefoot Bob McCready. Okay. And then he tears it apart pretty hard at Marion Center. And they didn't even know if they'd race, right? So, I mean, Chubb, Boone, that's that whole Bear Lake. That's your people. You know them people. They get him back together. And then he comes to Bedford, obviously, and puts a stomping down. You know what I mean? He did. He put a stomping down. Pierce was second. Sorensen third. Spotted was a top 10. He was 10th. I believe he was 10th. But he was top 10. I mean, that's something to talk about. Seriously. It's top 10. A lot of you guys didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys didn't make it. Back 410, Troy Walkman. There's a double D again. Okay? I wouldn't really bust on him, but I mean, we'd love to probably finish third, like in 4 races over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And sit on the podium. I mean, that's somebody's talent. But anyways, that was brought to you by Dan's Auto Repair. Now, who's live? We do this every week. Brought to you by Ashley Yoder Designs. There it is. Ashley Yoder Designs, ladies and gentlemen. Can't get any better than that. Decal race cars, signs, whole 9 yards. Ashley Yoder Designs. Who saw it? I'm still going on the limit of late miles of Snook. I mean, he's there every week. He's either winning or he's second. Bottom line. I mean, he rolled into Bedford the other night as this whole sort of liver. You know what I'm saying? And then just woof, did what he did. You know, he's good. I gotta give him that. He's good. Super late models. I'm gonna deal with Andrew Yoder, and he won. Okay, he won, and I'm not just saying because he won. You know, that helps him. But I also believe he's been around him. Okay, he's been around him. He's been absolutely finishes. You know what I mean? Been on the podium, so we gotta give dubs there. 410s. That's a toss up. I'm gonna say Macri and Dietz. You know what I mean? They can't wait till Macri gets the hell out of this area and starts regionally getting like he does, because I mean, the more he's around here, the more he makes it difficult on everybody. But Dietz is here to stay in this area primarily, and he's on. But yeah, it's sprint car. But anyway, so that's who's hot. Who's hot? Mark, what do we got?
We got Jamie Conley saying hello.
Hey, Jamie Conley.
Glenn Grimm.
Glenn.
Ed Neingard. Steve Yeager. And Up the Graph said the scooter races are awesome at Weber Valley.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Yeah, some of that stuff, man, I'm like, I gotta read it twice. I can't believe what some of them are really. Oh yeah. Okay, good deal, good deal. So yeah, there was a good bit of racing going on, and if you look this coming weekend, there's a lot of racing going on. There's Memorial Day stuff going on. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Bedford obviously is tomorrow night, and they're running twin 20s. Okay, $2,500 pop, right? And then, how he don't know? He just showed up. And then, I was getting out of weddings, and anybody rolls in, Jesus, Pete. That's awesome. No, that'd be decent. And I believe the winner, what are they doing? He's Inverton, right? If you won the first one, I'm pretty sure it said, I mean, you're doing the Inverton deal. So, when you travel through. So, yeah, that ought to be good. I mean, as long as dusty. I thought that Outlaw show was pretty dusty, I gotta be honest. Like, real dusty.
It got worse at the end.
Yeah, it did, 100%. It didn't blow off and like get better. Like it got worse. It did. And it's kind of crazy because you figure there's so much humidity and moisture, and it's not this cool out. You know, it's kind of hard to believe it got like that. But it is what it is. Racetracks are crazy like that. So, having said that, we appreciate you tuning in once again. Our fans, our supporters, our drivers, our sponsors, hell, anybody. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. Do you appreciate it, Mark?
I appreciate it.
Being well better. Okay. But now, here's the deal. Like I said, the 19th we'll be back for the in-house show, and we'll go from there when we set up in here and all 9 yards. We keep us in line for the bottom line, and then speed weeks. A lot of people are on speed week, a little controversy over tires, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it goes, I hear it here, I hear it there, some people don't care, some people do. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is what it is at the end of the day. But I will say this, at the end of the day, I mean, the guy is obviously putting out a speed week. You know, if he wouldn't be putting it out, I mean, I gotta be honest, we were at Arch there the other week and Scrub was there, and it was the guest, the matron of honor. But no, he was asking, I mean, whether you kind of agree with the tires to a certain extent, I mean, there wouldn't be a speed week if he wouldn't put it out. So you kind of, you go with it, you know what I mean? And at least you get racing. Because, I gotta be honest, guys, I mean, the candle's burning down in the Fender world of the late models. I'm sorry. The Limited, I think they're alive and well. You know, honestly, I do. It's kind of crazy because you spend not this as much, but a lot of damn money, don't you? Huh? And you get your race for a lot less, don't you? Huh? It's kind of crazy, you know, when you think about it. But I don't think you're going to replicate the 90s. I think I was a 90s kid. In the 90s, not to digress here, but the 90s was to me, some of the best racing there was. And if you wanted to be somebody, you went to Hagerstown, Illinois, and you guaranteed there was a B-main. A B-main in Hagerstown was like a feature. Okay? Truly, it was like a feature. But I don't know if you're going to see that around here. Everybody seems to think that, oh my God, it's dead across the world. No, if you talk to other people that are out, like I go to Illinois once. I mean, they're running 2 or 3 times a week, you know, out there. It's crazy. I think demographically, we've always been a bridesmaid to a certain degree because you're in the hot belt of sprint car racing. And you're not going to change that, okay? You will never change that. What they do in their world, we talk about it all. I talk about the people all the time in the industry. What do they do that separates them? What makes them, their fans, the price of the cars, what they pay, their promotion. You can list all them different things. You really could. I mean, let's face it, the sprint car chassis, they're not that damn expensive. Seriously, they're the big picture of things. They're not like buying, like a $973 Birdcage ball. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's out of control. And I don't know if it's going to get better in control. Okay? And a lot of your people that were prime pushers. Okay? We can go back to your Ray Vest, your Speedy Hayes. We can text Mark. We can name. They're gone. Okay? Until somebody like George James. Remember old George James? Remember him? Who's going to fill? You remember George James? Come on. You're that old man, Piper.
I thought you were talking about race car drivers.
Well, I am. I'm doing. Well, George James, he may race. You know, Marty Robbins race. You don't do that, don't you? Marty had the big iron on the hip. Remember that guy? You don't remember that guy?
Yeah.
Mark, you remember that?
Oh,
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, Marty Robbins race. But no, those guys need to be replicated. And it's hard nowadays. It's a different generation. And I'm not busting the generation in the ass, but it's a different generation. But you also got to understand, too, it probably was a little bit more palatable to get into it when them guys did. Okay? It was still some intuition, some ingenuity, fabrication, and that's changed. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Let's get to the meat and potato stall. What do you think?
Yeah,
Okay, this guy right here, he's been a guest multiple times, and I told him playing highly more. I told him how to play, I don't like him up, I really don't care. Okay? But he's done some amazing things. I have a chance to race with him. Let's give a big round of applause. It's Jay Piper! What's up, big guys? My God, boy. Let's try to play some golf here before we do that. Yeah, right. Have a seat, Piper. Now I'm going to go up and get here. You take this. Okay, remember, you got to talk. You know what I mean? And you got to keep it right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to go up and get Mark. Mark the Sharp, ladies and gentlemen. I think you hear my big mouth on here. Mark the Sharp. He's taking care of the business up front here. That's right. Mark, you're doing a fine job. I got to be honest with you. Every penny you're worth. Every penny.
All zero on it.
Hey, did you see how I was getting my haircut today? You didn't even see that commercial.
No, good. I saw it.
Yeah. I was at Stoll's Barbershop. Now, let's practice. Ready? Right here. Okay. My God, what do they feed you, boy? Do you hear what I said the other week? I said they were giving you the growth hormones. Fred said that. That was good out of Freddie. Yeah.
No.
See, you got it down there. Come on.
You got to when you're on Bedford.
Oh my God. Look, you gotta have it right here. Right, look, right there. See what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta hold that thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got a green light? You got a green light?
I'm good.
You good?
We're just using it.
Okay, well, good. I mean, you gotta talk, okay? Because I want the people to hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is very important.
It's good. I got a lot of news tonight.
You do. Good, big news, good news. Nothing bad, right?
No, everything good.
What's new in the world of shitters? Everything going good in the septic world?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We can't do much because it's raining, but.
Hey, get this, you ready? Are you number one or the number two business? I didn't want to say that. I seen that on a truck one time down at the ocean, speaking of the ocean. Yeah, it was on the back of it. It was hilarious. It was a truck full of that. You know what I mean?
Something like pump.
A pumping truck.
Yeah.
Is that lucrative to get into pumping, pumping trucks?
I think there's good money in it, but just gotta be able to.
Are you interested? Did you ever thought about
I've thought about it.
getting a pumping truck?
It might be a conflict of interest, but I don't. I thought about getting it, but I don't know. They need a lot of cash too.
Yeah, well, easy now. You think we ain't too
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying. Now, I gotta be honest, you could take that, imagine the garden you could have. Think about that. You're talking about good nitrogen there, nitrogenous waste. I mean, you get a,
Just treat it and put her in the garden.
well, yeah, I mean, you go like, let's say you get to this, you could do the porta pots up in like, let's say Bedford. You know, a good weekend of the catering up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, speaking of the beach, I mentioned the beach. You told me you just came back from the beach.
Yeah, we got back today, we found tan,
Yeah, well, not really. What beach was you at?
Corolla, thing, here, Duck, North Carolina.
Okay, Duck. Yes, I went to the beach, Duck. I was there. Yeah, yeah. And but all joking aside, it was a place that wasn't so packed. Is it changed? Is it packed?
No, it was like, nothing open, it was open, something's open, but like, wasn't, I guess, in season yet. It opens up like this weekend, so like, there really wasn't much wait anywhere.
You went to the beach in the middle of the winter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you get in the water?
It rained.
Did it really?
Pretty much the whole time I was down
No.
there, it rained.
Okay. So was this was a family vacation?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'm trying to understand everything. You know, and I don't want to lead the people down the path that they don't understand. Right, Mark?
Yeah.
We always want to lead the people down the correct path. You know. So anyway, it was a family vacation on the Piper side.
That was not.
Okay, I got you. So that means that what did you go with? Tell us.
I went down by myself.
You okay? So technically you drove down by yourself.
Yeah, but I met somebody down there.
You met somebody down there.
Yeah, not
Gotcha.
like met them down, they were already down there. Like,
They were down there vacation.
yeah.
Oh, okay. And they said, hey, come on down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you was like, okay. You know, how long did it take you to get there? Like 9 hours?
Oh, hey, they're in 6.
6 hours.
I wasn't driving very fast down, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. 6 hours. Yeah, okay. So you met this person, obviously, okay, and they were really excited that you would come down there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Man, that's pretty, like, that's crazy. Like, someone calls you like that, says, hey, well, I'm a freak. You know, he's like, okay, I'm off my vehicle, say the hell with it, but drive down.
Pretty important.
Well, it must have been pretty important. So, anyways, like, can you share who it was? Was it somebody that we know?
Yeah, you saw her Powell Valley.
Well, that was her. It may have found her. Okay, well, I gotta be honest. If she was at Newport Beach in LA, I would have drove to her. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta be honest with you.
I got good taste.
You do. So, okay, and that day at Path Valley, you were late into the races because you were at a wedding.
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wasn't sure I was gonna make it to the races for warm-ups, but I did, so.
Whose wedding was it?
It was my friend from, like, high school, and they're friends all the way, basically from, like, elementary school to high school. I don't talk to him, I'm still friends with him, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's asking a lot, like we're racing.
I originally told his now wife, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna race, and then Pat Valley came up with 2,000 to win, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to leave a little early for this one.
So how far did you make it through the wedding? Like literally when they said, I go,
No,
then you
no,
rolled?
they did the ceremony and whatnot, and then like, we were the last table to eat, so like they called our food to get our like dinner, and I kind of just scurried on out of there and got my truck and headed back over the mountain.
But, okay, lo and behold though, you either A, brought somebody from the wedding or hitchhiker.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's somebody else.
Okay, well, I have a pretty good choice, to be honest. So you brought this lady that you just met at the wedding.
No. I didn't meet her at the wedding.
Well, where would you meet her?
This is
Remember, this is
before.
a general rated show.
No, I met her before.
I mean, I'm all about anything nowadays. Whatever goes, goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. So you knew her before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't just like meet her at the wedding. Hey, you want to go on the racetrack now?
That's what I thought. You're pretty slick. I mean, you know, Jesus Pete's, I mean, you're taking her up into the hills of Path Valley. You know?
Yeah, it's way up there, but no, I've done that before.
So where's she from?
Greencastle.
Okay, so your age?
Yeah, a little bit younger, but close to my age.
Gotcha. Okay. So you met her, you knew her before, she was at the wedding. Oh, hey, Jake, how you doing?
No,
You know, but you didn't go to the wedding with her.
No, one by myself.
You went by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I just wanted to make sure we had that covered. And that's the same girl, right? Or it's and her name's what again? Haley. Okay, but you met Jesse at the beach.
No,
It wasn't Jesse.
I'm not sure where you're getting that from.
Oh, no, I thought you said Jesse. So Haley was the one at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm starting to understand. It was taking me a while here. I thought there was two different women. I mean, that's fine. You know, I mean, they're not like you're committed or anything. You know what I'm saying? You're Jake too.
That's not too different.
Okay, and then last year you went through that little love shack deal.
Yeah.
At Bedford where that girl was like, oh my God, it's Jake Piper. You know what I'm saying?
That was sort of
It was, but I'm gonna tell you, that girl was like, I was spraying mud with my teeth. You know, like I watched her, like she was like really into me, you know?
yeah, that was sort of it.
You didn't scare her with that little episode down in Winchester where you got out of the track and went ran.
That wasn't on break.
Yeah. Well, no, I gotta be honest, it set up, it was, actually, I thought it was okay. The fans did too.
I mean, I didn't like fight anybody, but like, I was pretty mad.
Yeah, no. Like, you didn't fight anybody, but the fans loved it. They liked it. I'm telling, I was in the stands. I was in.
I'm good. I was putting on a show because I didn't hear anything. I was just down to race
No,
track.
I mean, it was like the earth moved, like a big guy.
Yeah, I was locked in.
He shoved up the fence, didn't he?
Hey, that he did.
Did you guys ever make kiss and make up?
Can't say it makes no sense.
Okay, well, I mean, that's right. Just put that in the back of your head, you know what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. It's racing.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all been there. It is what it is. You're exactly right, guys. It is what it is. It is. The violence in these racetracks never stop going. Isn't it crazy?
I mean, if I'm not involved in it, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I don't think it should be a racetrack.
All joking aside, I hear it, like, you see it. I think they stage a lot of it down at Bowden Gray. I swear to God, because they always have them big melees down there, like people running over. Did you ever see that stuff? It's out of control. Bowden Gray Speedway?
No idea.
It's in North Carolina. You're very familiar with North Carolina. You were just there with Susie.
I don't think the track's too far from
the ultimate question of this, Jake Piper. Ladies and gentlemen, you're just tuning in. This episode 67. Opens up Dirt Productions, the House of Hair. How did I go to the House of Hair? Jesus, the House of Dirt. The reason why I go to the House of Hair, it's a lot of their old story. The House of Hair is Dee Snider. You don't know who that is. You might know who he is. Dee Snider. You know, he played all the Raw stuff on Sunday nights. So I thought, if he has the House of Hair, I'm going to be the House of Dirt. You see what I mean? It's pretty smart, isn't it?
Yeah, I follow your logic.
You got
like
it. So, anyways, before we get going any farther, and we're glad people tuning in, because this is Jake Piper, right? JP3 Racing.
Yep.
Correct. JP3 Racing. And every time you're in Franklin County and you flush your toilet, you should thank Jake Piper. Because he's somewhere.
If it's not public service.
If it's septic, you're on it. Okay.
For the most part, there's still another guy in Franklin that does it.
Okay, there's another guy. Okay. So, let's get this straight. For the record, is this your girlfriend?
Oh, working on it.
Okay, so you're working on it. Okay, you're working on it. But you would have stayed longer if this show weren't tonight, would you?
I have to work tomorrow, so.
Oh, okay.
It didn't rain out tomorrow.
I thought you were going to say you came back for me because of the show.
I did.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
wouldn't miss you for anything.
Thanks, Jake Piper. I really appreciate that. Okay, now that we got that squared away, that was very important. We need to get this squared away. So this year, let's back up. Last year, a lot of milestones were hit last year. One was
Defense.
Huh?
Defense.
Yeah, you did. You shellacked her that one night. My teeth hurt after you did that. Like I literally, I felt like myself. But you were on the pedal. But no, you parked it last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so in some ways you're probably like, oh, I jinxed myself a little bit, now. But you had to get that done. And I was there when you parked that. Obviously, you were very excited, and your dad, your family, everybody. And that was great. That was truly great. You made an outlaw show, correct?
Yeah.
You did.
I lost up bad for last year.
That's right, you did. And you still ran limits. Okay, you did that. And then, of course, you busted some shit out. You did, right? Let's be honest. You tore some stuff up, but that's racing, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. Especially when you're running the high speeds on the big tracks. It don't take much.
When it's fast, you wreck a lot of
You're right, you do. You do. And you remember the times we raced together in Fan Valley? Remember you used to steal my thunder? You couldn't even let me finish that second. You know what I mean? Like, I'll better see the picture. You see it right up? You see the picture over there? You had to ruin that whole moment right there. I mean, I finished third, but you ruined the whole moment. You know what I mean? It was upsetting.
$200.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me. It was like 2,000, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm on second. You know what I mean? And along comes you, when I think it was like the last set of quarters, and you had to do what you did. But I forgive you for that. Okay? Because you were clearly better than me. Yeah, yes, you were clearly better than me on that night. You know what I'm saying? But no, you guys made some turns and twists here. I see you now. I've watched you now. I've announced you now. You got this 525 car. Okay, it's 525 motor, folks, for the information. 525. Okay, it's all aluminum motor. Okay, it's all aluminum motor. And you're running the throwback. to Brent Smith, okay, in the 71 machine, okay? And I remember, I grew up, obviously, when Brent he was setting the record straight with that school bus. Okay, and that was the thing, you know? He spent a lot of time in Pat Schaefer's car, in his own stuff, and da-da-da-da. But that's your relation, correct?
Yeah, my great uncle.
That's your great uncle, okay. Does he participate, like, kind of?
I mean, if I have like a problem, like electrical something, or like motor related, I can call him, help him out, but like, I mean, other than that, he's got some talking, I keep him up to date stuff, but like, usually if it's like a problem that I can't figure out, I'll call him.
Okay, and there's a guy, you know, who's a racetrack every year for, I don't know, what his career span was, 30, maybe 30 plus years. And now, you know, it's kind of funny to see guys get, how old is Brent? All joke aside.
65.
Is it
60, maybe 65, I don't know.
Somewhere in there.
Okay, man, that's something, you know, just like yesterday, you know what I mean? Okay, so you got the 525 car, the throwback, the 71, and she's yellow and blue numbered, okay? And you're running that, you just ran that in the topless, okay? Not the one in North Carolina, you just ran the one okay? Let's just get that for the people, okay? You ran that car at Valley a couple times. And then you also have, obviously, the Super, okay? I know that's where you want to be with the Super.
For the most part, I mean, obviously I want to do good in supers, but I don't mind, I'm not dropping back, but I don't mind going around the 525.
Just speaking of what? Yeah, there you go.
I don't mind going and running 525 or with limiteds, because it's close, it's cheap to run,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna run it for like, I mean, I did run it at Path Valley for like just a regular show,
right.
but I'm gonna run it with like the higher paying races usually if I'm gonna race it, so it's not,
Why don't you take that thing to Potomac Sunday?
we're going to.
Actually, you're going to Roy Knox.
No, I mean, I like Potomac, I don't not like Potomac, they took the U tires out, but traditionally my luck at Potomac hasn't been the best.
Okay, so that's fair, So, okay, now, the 21, obviously, on there, that's the signature number,
Yeah,
okay?
that's my number.
The car goes around, and I was there last, Fred and I was there. And of course, Fred is blind, and I'm giving you 3 quarters blind, I gotta be honest, okay? And I'm working on it, I'm getting older. But I kept looking with the spectacles, okay, down there, and what is on the number? Is there cards there? It's a,
My 21 or my 71?
no, on the 21, there's cards there,
Yeah, the car, no. Like in the middle, there's 2 cars.
okay? Well, I don't understand, I mean, are they braille? I mean, you
No,
know.
I don't.
Well, what's the deal with that?
Picture of them.
Because no.
I have nothing to do with that.
Well, no, somebody asked me about it, because I thought they were cards, and I told Fred, I said, Fred, he has, are they like a deck of cards there?
No,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like blackjack, 21. No, I don't have any deal in that. That was a surprise to me.
Oh, okay, so someone else come up with that. Blackjack, you play blackjack?
No,
You never played blackjack?
maybe once or twice.
Once or twice. So who came up with this deal?
Boss man.
Old man Piper.
Yeah.
Okay, your dad, John. Okay, it's okay, people, I'm not disgracing someone else. Because, whatever. John, how old are you anyway?
47.
40. Well, hell, I'm older than John. You know, this is all backwards here. I'm older than John. I am, man, it's crazy to think you're getting that old, you know what I'm saying? Hell, he's young man Piper. You know what I mean? So, okay, so it was John's idea to put the cards on there.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, I did that. 21, blackjack. So you had an ace, and you had a what card?
I think Jack.
Okay.
I
So
don't know.
a face card.
Close.
Okay. Did you like the cards on there?
They're okay.
And he has the flags too.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this new girl? I believe you said her name is Lakeisha.
Yeah.
Is she in the racing?
Yeah, oh yeah, she doesn't really come from racing background, but she likes it. Like she said she's decided to come this weekend, so.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So she'll be coming back from the beach, from Duck.
Yeah, she's coming back Sunday, and then come pretty much straight to Royal Mill.
Okay, so she's going to drive right from the beach to Roy Mount.
No, I think she's driving to our house and we're leaving from our house.
Oh, okay. It's like an episode of what was that movie? The Notebook. Okay. You're gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? She's gonna be like,
He's gonna get all of them.
I'm in the holler. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's cool. No, good for you. Good for you, buddy. I mean, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
I race a lot, so it's, and like, I mean, I live the race basically. So it's
she has to learn, right? And let's face it, I mean, it's new to her, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna, something new, you gotta feel like she did it before, like, I don't like this.
No, she's been at the racetrack multiple times before, but when you're like with somebody that I attempt to race them, I'm not saying
No,
I'm any good sometimes, but
well, you have your moments, but no, quite the contrary, you have your moments, you know? Mark, what do you got going on?
We got Dakota Yanks. Says
Okay.
elbows up, hammer down. Hello from Robert McQuaid.
Wait, Darn.
And Up the Graph's already checking out. He's going to bed.
He's gonna only rise right in the morning. He's gonna only rise. Pretty soon it's gonna be like this thing here, like, you know, it's gonna be like a, I don't know, like a salute, you know, worldwide. You know what I mean? Everybody goes,
like ever see something.
yeah, that means elbows up, you know what I mean? There I am in the bowl cornflakes watching the TV, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, I guess probably, you've probably been out, what, 10 times this year? Maybe not 10
Probably
times?
said 6.
6.
Is that what it is, Mark?
That's what I got.
We got rained out a bunch.
Oh, yeah, Bedford, right? Yeah. You like that Bedford deal, don't you? Or is it just kind of like the?
It's when it's close. I'm usually pretty decent there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Usually pretty decent.
Dude, that place is stupid.
I was terrible Sunday, but
I figured you'd probably manage yourself.
I was mad at myself because I went into 1 and 2 and I took the air off my nose, and then my oil pressure's like all over the place. So I pulled in, dumped some oil in it and soda fixed. So I had a cracked line and the gauge was messed up. So but I got it fixed now. I think at least.
Okay.
So we're gonna get close to make sure it's not
Well,
something more.
okay, so today's Thursday. You've been in the beach on Wednesday and Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, I left Tuesday after work.
Oh, okay. So when did you make this?
Monday.
Oh, okay.
I was ahead of the game this week.
You were ahead of the game, I guarantee you.
Usually I mean it's about Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's
about
what
12:30.
I was getting at, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you make this on Monday.
Yeah, usually it's about, started about 11, and I come up the house about 1 or 2 and think, damn, I should have started this a lot earlier.
Isn't it amazing how the female species will just cause a man to do different things? You know what I'm saying?
I was ahead of the game this
You
week.
were ahead
for
of the
sure.
game. You were ahead of the game. Well, good for you. And you know, in the crowd, you also you got your brother here too with you.
Mhm.
Jace. And Jace's turn wrenches, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's that crew chief now.
For a traveling team.
Okay. So this team,
He's better than us now.
He works for MTR.
are you with Cosner?
Yeah.
I can see you rolling with Cosner. I can totally see it right there. You need a gold chain, some bling. Oh yeah, I can pretty soon I'll spinners on tires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm in this car for 3 weeks and traded it in. I love Cosner. I'd tell you the same if he was here, trust me. But yeah, no, so are you serious? Your brother is helping out Cosner?
Yeah. Well, he works at the school in Frostburg, so
Oh, did you go? Yeah.
college's close to Frostburg.
Oh, okay.
So they work there during
Really?
the summer or during the spring
Semester.
semester, and I was gonna keep working there.
On the race car? But any of the business, just the race car?
Just race car.
Oh, well, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, do you work in the quarter benches too, for his boy?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I heard he has like 15 of them.
Go on.
I heard he has a mess of them. Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. Did you work quarter benches? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I
You
started quarter just when I was 6, and then ran till 12, and then I got too tall.
did. Imagine
And then
that.
started racing later on to 14.
Imagine that. Okay. So, wow, I didn't know that. That's a good piece of information right there. Jace Piper is with, so you were with him up top, the mid-level, in the outlaw show.
Well, and I was back with Jake helping him recover from his little pout session.
Yeah, if I don't remember it, don't talk to me for like 10 or 15
Did you pass?
I was pretty pissed.
Well, I mean, it happens, and Jace had to do the.
No, they just know, and everybody knows they're not talking to me for 10 or 15 minutes, so I get myself better.
Unwound.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, well,
A little debriefing time.
debriefing. Okay, I like that, debriefing. Did you hear that, Stall? Debriefing. We need to start debriefing after we have shows. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, so man, that's a whole news piece right there to me. Wow, okay. So your brother's up there and
No, he goes to the racetrack with us, but like through the week he's like, he helps cause around.
oh, okay. So he's almost like, I don't know, what would you call him?
You're a racing whore.
I was gonna say that, and then I got to know, I mean, yeah, you can call him that, he's right.
He's definitely open a lot more this year.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, this weekend, Bedford Friday, okay? And then Saturday, vroom, Hagerstown. But we're gonna talk to this guy. Correct.
That's not me.
That's on you. We're gonna talk
That's
to him.
not me.
And that's the 525,
Yes.
71. Okay.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk, because you emerged, formed a little alliance here,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
With our guests coming on.
Yeah.
That you guys, and I'm trying to get it right, you guys share that car
Yes.
in race.
Yes.
Is there room for a third wheel?
There's possible potential that Jason might run at the end of the year, but
I don't care about Jason. I'm talking about somebody in the outfield here. Is you really, Jason's gonna get in there?
it's potential.
That's potential.
Maybe.
Dude, why don't you give him some of cautious? He's gonna have like 45 I mean, seriously, I mean, you got one for every day of the month. I mean, seriously, take one of them out, you know? Okay, so Jason might get behind the wheel.
Maybe. Yeah,
It's a maybe.
Yeah.
Who makes that final call?
I don't know who makes the phone call. That's a maybe.
Okay. So
Well,
somebody's
that's
gotta
a
make the
dad
final
phone
call.
call. That's a dad.
Oh, that's a big John final call. That's a big John final call. Well, hey, I mean, what if the guy goes out there and just, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, where's Jace Piper been all his life? Like next year he's gonna hold the big globe up with the world record. What do you think your dad would do? That's great. So it's a family operation.
Yes.
Now, the fellow that we're gonna have coming on here that you're sharing time with, okay, is he related?
Yeah. My cousin.
Okay, I didn't know that, okay, so, hey, got to ready to knuckle me up, okay? So he's your cousin, I didn't know that, okay, good deal. So it's a family thing going on.
Yeah.
And then Brent Smith, throw him in the mix, he's your great uncle, and like,
It's a family operation.
yeah, I'd say, or are you related to like Bobby Pierce or something too? Was he like your third cousin?
Be kind of cool, but now.
Yeah, and he likes to talk, I interviewed him up at Bedford there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's into it, like, he plays around, I mean, he's.
No, it's a dad for not Pierce.
Yeah, he talks. He like that. Seriously, he sells himself. There's no doubt about it. He sells himself. Yeah. You got a green light still?
Yep.
You're scared to hear your little so like in it. Like that's great. Stoll, we all good there? Cleaned
Yep.
up? Everything look good?
Everything looking good.
You're quiet today, Stoll. What's up?
Tired.
From what?
Rain.
This guy, do you know you get complimentary haircuts from Mark? That's one of the things we offer here.
Most people pay.
Well,
Like everybody but one.
I give him a haircut every Thursday. So that's every Thursday. That look good. Get it sitting out a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's like, I have no money for you.
Yeah, but no, we do that. We offer complimentary haircuts, and we market. You gotta go to this place and watch the show. You know, because you kind of got the
Mullet working.
what? It's kind of almost like a modified mullet.
That's what it is.
It is a mullet.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a mullet. What's up with that mustaches mullets nowadays? I mean, the guy that you share the ride with, he's more like geographically correct. Like, you kind of got that going on like that West Coast vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah. I don't know. My hair's so dirty, might as well grow it while I can.
You're right, and you got that beard going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or it's just even shape, but it is.
No, it's weird. I did just like a little,
Food man.
yeah, a little something going on there for a little while, but
Does Molly like that?
I don't know, I always have that beard for a little while.
No, so you don't know if Molly likes it or not.
I don't like, it's kind of painful to shave all the time.
Yeah, I understand, totally. Yeah, it is things.
Screw that, shave every day, I'm not doing that.
No, I mean, you used to want to, yeah, I get it totally. So, okay, so what we're gonna do is Stoll, Stoll is gonna give, go ahead, Mark, I'm gonna give Mark, and I'm gonna, now your job, that's right, that's, you got the drill. Okay, your job right there is that sign, you know what I mean? Okay, so here we go. Mark, go for it.
Man.
That's what I'm talking to. I don't know the, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is? It's Mark the Shark's Weekly Bite. That's right, Mark the Shark, the barber himself. Did my weed today, may even do one of my people's weeds. Piper. Mark the Shark, he sold the sign up, he goes on. and we'll be in good shape. Mark, what do you got for us this week?
Well, we'll see what we got.
Mark's always got a good statistic.
Just kind of there's so many rainouts this year. The stats are kind of way down, but kind
Okay,
of
Mark, thanks for your input. We'll move on.
yeah. I'm done here.
Not just teasing.
I looked so far. I had to tell Jake how many races he was in, how many top fives he has, because he's not carrying this year. His brother's going to take over.
I haven't paid attention to them. We haven't raced much. I know we haven't raced much, and I feel like I haven't done the greatest, but.
Yeah, 3. Like you said earlier, the hot guy kind of is Lane Snook.
Yeah, Snooki is.
He's got 14 races. He's got 5 wins with 11 top fives. But the guy, it seems like he's ready to win this year is Ryan Zook. 8 starts, 7 top fives, but no wins yet.
No, I mean, he was out front there at Steelings Grove a couple weeks back we were there, and Snooki, I think, put the rammer.
It's the Ooks and the Snook and the Zook. Cal Hardy's the local winner so far. You got 8 total, 7 local wins. Eckert's got 5. Lear and Kaiser got 4 each. These are supers, limiteds, or crates. National, of course, it's the same guys all the time. Pierce, 36 features, 13 wins, 33 top 10s.
That's crazy.
RTJ, just about the same, 13 wins, 30 top 5s, 32 top 10s. And then your favorite sprint cars, David Gravel, 23 features, 21 top 5s, and 23 top 10s, with these worst finish being 6th.
He's good. I mean, I talked to him down for I was in Lincoln. We were talking to him like talking like a physics teacher in college. I mean, this guy's like, yeah, what's that? I mean, he's okay. He's a great car driver, but he really works on it. Whatever. I don't know about that really burn place.
And like Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, and stuff, the super late models, they're averaging like 23 cars. Limiteds are down to like 18. Crates are down to 16. Your old 410s are 29. They're doing good.
Yeah, it was good. Just the way it is. It's the game, man. You're going to get upwards of 30. They're going to run a beat in. Put it to you that. They're going to run a beat.
We'll see. Just a question or two for Jake.
Oh, you got questions. Here, you can have it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do some. Yeah.
If you have unlimited money, but you could put it in only one thing, would you put it in a motor, chassis, shocks, toter, tires?
Repeat the question.
If you have unlimited money, but you can only put it in one thing, would you put it in a motor, the chassis, shocks? I mean, you could have unlimited or a big fancy toter or all the money in tires. Like basically motor, chassis, or shocks. What would be like more important?
Oh, look, the toter thing cracks me up.
Yeah.
That cracks me up watching drive that thing.
Now Lear says he would take help over anything else.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like the shock technology is so much right now. If you could spend a lot of money on shocks right
I mean,
now.
this way you would get the best of everything. Would you get the best shocks, the best chassis? I mean, like when I say best chassis, that means you would get like, who is your chassis? Longhorn. So say you could get Rumley's advice all the time. Would that be more important than Bill Steen guy coming with you? Or
I can keep my current chassis and motor, and there's nothing wrong with my shocks, but I would say shocks because you can spend a bunch of money on shocks.
yeah.
Make yourself, I think, significantly better.
If you had what would be the perfect track for you? Like size track? Would you want a cushion, a low groove, slick, or tacky?
Heston.
Heston.
I love Heston. I love Heston. Hands down, right now.
So you would buy Heston and put it.
I love Heston. I like Clinton County too. I mean, they're just small. Like I like a smaller racetrack. I run Medford all the time, but I like smaller racetracks. I think they make better racing. But
He races red out. Red out? No. Red out?
Yeah.
sure, yeah, race against them. Doesn't ring a bell. I
Yeah, I mean, he owned that place, man. Literally, he won all the shows for years at Heston, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, red out. I mean, he was.
That's a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he probably, I didn't walk the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. So,
Just one more. Would you do like passing points? You like passing points, or you like straight up starts, or luck of the pill?
I don't know. I think field draw, if you start like it's sort of, if you start on the front row heat race, you're obviously gonna watch.
Yeah.
But if you start ninth and you finish third and make the redraw, still have a chance to start on the front row. But handicap, I don't like. But that.
Well, see, we grew up watching handicapped, you know.
But then again, Bedford does that, and it's like you kind of start back in heat races and field draw, and you still have a chance to start sort of up front. But I don't know. It is what it is, kind of rough. And it is what you're gonna race whatever they tell you're gonna run.
And I can't remember if we asked you this before, but where did you get the number 21 from?
I think Billy Moore Jr. won East Bay.
Oh, yeah.
The first year won East Bay. Billy Moore Jr. won the very first race I was at. No, yeah, Billy Moore Senior. not
Senior, yeah.
But he won the very first race.
Well, I was going to ask you if that car over there was, I should have said something earlier. I would have known.
That's how you got to 21. I never would have guessed that, but.
See, you got to ask the questions.
I was like, probably lose by 3 or 4 maybe.
Well, it's like your shoe size.
Pretty young.
Great. Big guy you are.
No,
You always been big, Piper?
I wasn't taller.
You've been taller.
Yeah.
I mean,
And just got hellos from Jillian Crowder. She says hello from Haley and Jillian, and John Ballingy says hello.
That's what I'm going on with.
really, I would never pick that up. I would never got that. Okay, good job. John will never land you. Good job. And then Haley.
Yeah.
Okay, Haley.
Her friend, Jill. That's who she's the friend she's watching from his Facebook or something.
Who?
Haley.
She don't. Oh, and Jillian's your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Wow, this is not.
We learned a lot tonight.
That's just too much. I'm going to overload. It's Thursday. I can't handle it. Okay. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mark the Shark. He's always bringing you some statistics here. Good job, Shark. But don't be getting funny there.
Mark the Shark.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mark the Shark. Yeah. He's always got statistics. He's full of statistics, people. You'll love it. I love it. He tells me them all the time. You'll ride with him for more than an hour once. Yeah, it's great. And then, you know how many trees are in Pennsylvania? 21% of redwoods, 15% maples, 18% pine. Like that. 18% of the pines are, yeah, it's.
You want to do one? Let Jason ride the truck with you.
What's he talking about?
Anything
You
and
know, it's the
everything.
hawk.
Maybe we'll ride together.
Hey, what you ought to, this Jillian,
Jesus had a girlfriend for about 5 years. 5 years.
Oh, okay, one of them guys. Okay, that's good, Jace, that's good. Man, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Good old farm girl.
She's telling you that you're part of the family now. I can say anything to her.
Oh, yeah, she's right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, good, Jace, that's good, buddy. Man, I'm learning all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think? You know, is it time to, we gotta get this other fellow on here?
Look, I wrote mouth. No, it's not very
No, you never.
He's a big talker, too.
I can tell.
He hasn't said a word here since
Yeah,
he's
I
been
can
here.
tell. I think he's kind of like freaked out about this whole thing. He's ready to get the hell out of here, you know what I mean? But these guys, I hope you told him about this whole deal.
No, not really. I like to let him give a big surprise.
Yeah, right. Well, there's big surprises around here.
And he talks a lot.
Okay. Well, we'll find out here in a minute. We'll find out. Well, Jake Piper, it's always a pleasure talking to you. You know, you're Longhorn, obviously, and you know that's a good deal. I think you like Longhorn.
I drove Black IMS with Longhorn, but
No Rockets.
never drove a Rocket.
Yeah, this is what it is. Now, are you still keeping in contact with Chubb? And,
Oh, yeah, I talked to Chubb. I talked to him recently. I didn't know his wife passed.
yeah, Shane. Yeah,
I texted
Shane.
him, but
God bless him.
I didn't know what to say to him, but I called him there recently and talked to him. So
Yeah.
I talked to him a good bit.
Yeah. Boone.
I don't really talk to him. I usually just talk to Chubb.
Yeah.
I don't have his number, but just buy all the parts from Chubb.
Yeah.
Talk to
Okay.
him.
You know, when I was up there and announced at McKean County, I was not amazed, I should say, but there was a lot of CFR.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
CFR, well, a lot of race cars up there, Chuck Frank Racing, you know what I mean? So I can tell apparently he's putting a lot of cars together and
There's
all.
a lot of stuff.
Okay, yeah, and so I don't think his world's really stopped as far as motorsports. This is maybe in a different.
Oh, no, Chubb does, I think the time we were up there to get my car, my supercar, he had like 13 or 14 frames up there, he's
Really?
fixed or fixing, and he said he had like a bunch more to do.
Wow, okay, wow, that's a Bear Lake.
Yeah.
Bear Lake. Well, okay, Piper, well, I appreciate it, and I hope you and Jillian do well, okay? And everything works out for you. And, right, okay, sorry about that. Right, okay, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember her name was Haley. Haley, she talked very highly of Haley. You know, how you picked her up, and, you know, she hitchhiked to the races one night, and picked her up and need a lift. You know, it's like a little love story. But we're happy for you. We're happy you're racing, the family thing's going good. But here, I tell you what, let's go ahead and get on this other fella right here you brought in, your cousin. Let's give him a big round of applause for Tyler Urchin! Okay, come on down, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna switch that mic out. There you go, my friend. How you doing? All good stuff. Let's go, let's go. Well, I tell you that was you got there. That was an educational experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think I learned some things.
No, I guarantee I did. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, you know, first it was, I believe, Judy and Lakeisha, and then we come to Jillian, and then they said it was Haley, and Molly was in there. And I just was very entertaining. The guy, I tell you, is at the beach, man. Roll down to the beach, you know? Now, you're a married fellow there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're John carrying on acting like them young fellows there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have been for a long time.
Okay, we must have point that out there, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, okay, we must have point that out there. That's good. That's good. Well, you know, hey, this is what it is. Now, you're a little older than them, correct?
Yeah, I'm a little bit older.
I can tell.
Yeah,
I can tell. You know,
thanks.
yeah. And I see. And now, obviously, you know, we haven't ever talked much. I've watched you race. Okay, 74.
Mhm.
Okay, 74. And from what I'm understanding now, when John brought this to me, he said that you guys were going to share this run, okay? And you were going to race some, he was going to race some, and then now I hear Jason's even on the damn cards for it, you know, pretty soon I'm like, who's next? Get stalled. But he's the flying barber. Can you see it now? I weave my way through traffic. But now, 525 motor, right?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, never ran anything like that before. I don't think any of us have. So, and I didn't know the whole thing with Jace, so that'll be.
That's all new stuff. Yeah, all right. I didn't look at that. Like that. You run that thing like a zero turn. Look out. Wow. Okay. So now tell me about how long you been at this, Tyler?
Yes, I started 5 years old, I think.
Okay.
With quarter midgets.
Quarter midget. They were Hagerstown.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this will be my 29th year racing.
Okay. Wow.
Which sounds kind of a long time.
Well, yeah. You're getting T-shirts. You get them day pretty soon. 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I've been around a while. It doesn't seem like it.
Right.
It's been quite a while. It's been fun, but.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters. Because you know, I think you could agree, and you look like a smart fella, and quite the contrary to Big Bird was sitting up there. You know what I mean? Now he's a smart guy too. I like picking on him. He's a smart guy. But no, we do this stuff for obviously fun. You know, and when you take the fun out of it, the fun meter's pegged out, then things they just don't work right. You know, and we all go to work, okay? You know, and we have families, and well, he runs all over every beach, no, I'm chasing somebody. But the bottom line is, no, I mean, do you have children?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Okay.
3 kids.
Okay, there's a big difference here, definitely, with the two. Okay, so, maybe old man Piper, he's ready to be a grandpa. What do you think? Can you see that now? Hang on, but papoose. In the back. I can see it now. Elbows up. You know what I'm saying? Elbows up. So you have 3 kids. I would imagine they're probably still pretty young.
Oh yeah, they're young. They're
Okay.
so oldest is 9 years old, so she's going into finishing 4th grade here this year, going into
Yep.
5th grade. I think with the kids being around, I like to spend a lot of time.
Yeah,
with that. So
sure.
Kind of took a little bit of a step back from racing
Yep.
regularly.
Nothing wrong with that. My hunter, you know, I was just talking to Tony Jackson, in a pre-race center at Camp Valley, you know, and he said this year's it. His son's, what do you think?
11.
11?
I think he said
You
11.
know, and it's just race, and you know, here's this boy, he wants to get him involved, or do whatever he wants to do, you know, because you can't get them back, you know, and I respect that a lot. Now, you've always ran the family, I'm gonna call it the family race car, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, Hershey, where does that tie in? There's a lot of Hershey's, and I'm being honest, I don't know. Where does that, for instance, like Curtis Hershey?
Yep. Curtis was my uncle, just a.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, that was kind of a shame, of course. when
Sure,
when I was
most
little,
definitely,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, so we've always, worked with Curtis and then worked with Joey after that.
Yeah.
It was always a pretty good relationship, so, but, with anything else,
Yeah.
there's other things that come up.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of Joey, I mean, he does his tournament with Woodland Sportsman. I've seen him up at Pat Valley a couple times. You know,
Yeah,
running
yeah.
right there, and they're still building motors.
Yeah.
But things are moving forward, correct? Joey and everybody's still there doing things. Okay. Yeah, I heard. Obviously, that was a shame. Now, the 74. That's always been the number I've known you to carry, correct? For the most part.
Yeah, so when I started, I've always been number 74 ever since I started. The 7 was for the 71 in Brent's number.
Okay.
We got the 7 from there, and then the 4 was, I was always a big fan of Gary Stuhler growing up. So
There you go.
The red 44 car.
Yes,
that's
speedy
where
hand
the-
machine, right?
That's where the 4 came from, so
Okay.
74.
74. I like that. And if I recollect the last time, now you still got that car?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have a car. Okay, I got you. So it's your place, obviously, but getting to, I wouldn't let Jake run it. I wouldn't switch back and forth. You know, I mean, Steve, I'm messing with it. Let Jake run, like that. Yeah. Put a mower blade under and you'll see a time trial between everything. Because he's in the mowing field, right? The landscape and mowing, old
Yeah,
Jake.
he's big moment.
He's big mowing business. What I thought. JP Mowing, whatever it is, right? JP Mowing?
Close enough.
I like it. You never did give me a hat. I appreciate that. But, yeah. But anyways, so you got your car, and what we see here, and this is, it seems to be, it's happening more and more, is either you come together at times with this up here and this to make it work sometimes. Because we were just talking about it earlier when I was up there. The costs are clearly not getting any more favorable to run. And it's a burden, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think nowadays anymore, to own a car, like you have your car, you got a couple people help in and out, it's a lot. It's a lot to drive it, work on it. I'm sure you have sponsors on your car, and that's a whole other realm of things you're working at. So to do what you guys are doing as far as like, do this whole deal, whatever you call, I think there's a lot of, it's pretty advantageous in a way. It's smart right now. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. It's, we've always kind of done this as a family deal. I think it'll be interesting to do it with kind of the same car. We haven't had the same
Yeah.
type of car for a long time.
Yeah.
We had the Master
Master
at the same time. But then I kind of went the rocket direction, and they went to the Longhorns. But kind of get into a Longhorn, that's going to be interesting to see what that feels like.
So that'd be your first new time for the Longhorn then?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the first time in that type of car, or of course the motor. So
Yeah, the 525.
We'll see what happens. I'm kind of glad I'm going to a track I'm a little bit familiar with. I'm not any good there, but it'll be interesting to see
Well,
what it's.
right. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz right now in this 525 world. I hear it from all angles. I've heard, I gotta be quite frank, we've heard Mark Richards say it, we've seen Cooper Barrett, Cooperson. And what they said is this: it is the future in their eyes, in their opinion, the future of late model racing. And I want to get some things here, and I'll talk technical with you here as much as I can. You can't do that, okay? But he's so wound up from coming back from stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He's like, Danny, I'll see you Sunday, you know, he was texting while we were on the show. He was, you were texting, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I know, see what I'm saying? You do it.
Don't believe anything he says.
Yeah, what's that?
He's probably like, don't
Oh,
believe
no,
anything
he
he's,
probably is.
yeah,
Don't
don't believe anything
he
Tommy
always
says.
is. You know, but no, everybody says about these 525s, and I think there's a lot of hearsay, there's a lot of fact, blah, 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 blah. But we know that it's an all aluminum motor, okay? We know that it's a Wexel motor, okay? So right there to me takes off, even if you were buying good used dry sump lines and pump and can and everything, to me, I think I used to cringe when I paid for used like $3,000, $3,500, okay? For lines, a can, and things. So that takes that out of the equation, okay? And also, to me, it's a little more user-friendly in a way. I can't think of anything more ignorant sometimes than fooling around with a 5-stage pump and belt and lines and just having a headache and over. I'm sorry, I can't. And then, especially when you're running alcohol and the things like got slime everywhere, 50 ways from Sunday, there's a lot. So you take that out right there. So that's a money thing. You can take that out, okay? Now, it does lighten you up. I think we're going to agree. Okay, so that's that. Now, you're running, correct me if I'm wrong now, you're running a fuel pump that's on the block. Where's the fuel pump at on this thing?
Both the fuel and power steering on the back, but it's basically your dry sump pump minus the oiling part of it.
Okay, so you're taking that, breaking it off
Yeah, pretty much.
right there. Okay. So you take that off. Now you're carrying how many pounds of lead on that 525? You're supposed to carry.
50 in front of the mid
I
plate.
can't answer that one.
Okay, so
We're sitting, with Tyler being lighter than Jacob, we probably got 150 pounds of lead on it.
In front of the mid plate. I have like 180 pounds of lead on it.
okay, but you have to carry 50. then.
Fit, you have to have.
That's what you have to carry. 50. Okay, gotcha. So no matter what's what, whether you're too light, too heavy, too big, too little, you're carrying 50 pounds no matter what on the midpoint. Gotcha. Okay, so that's supposed to compensate for obviously losing, I guess, a lot of that, the dry sump and carrying 18,000 gallon oil on the damn thing. Okay. Okay, so these are programmable. Is that right?
I guess so. I think that, whenever I get started, it's probably gonna be figuring out how to go around the track.
Oh,
It's been a while.
How long has it been?
When the-
Last year's speed weeks.
last,
When he blows
Is it
that.
Hagerstown? Is it
Yeah,
Hagerstown?
Hagerstown last year. Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's been,
When Myers.
Okay, so, yeah, right, I do remember, yes. Okay, and then, gotcha. Okay, so I mean, it's been a hot minute, as they say nowadays. So yeah, you're gonna obviously get reacquainted. Okay, no question about it. So, nothing changes as far as, you're still direct drive. Everything there, everything back, it just stays the same. So you can hook this thing up to the computer, correct? Okay, so whatchamacallit, JC boy there, he could be in the next, county. Now, you gotta have it hooked up physically. So you plug that into the box?
Yeah, you take all your MSD, your coil out, or your ignition system, plug that box and that wire system up to your 6-prong, and then you can just hook up a cord to like a laptop or something and tune it. I haven't tuned it yet, but you can do it if you want to.
Huh.
We were told just to go take it and race it.
Yeah, right, yeah, I got you. That's getting pretty, I ain't never thought I'd tune anything with the old computer, how about it? No, that's getting, yeah. So basically, I seen the rule, that's what I want to say. I seen a rule update revision for oil. It was posted the other day for 525. It said they gotta be set no higher than 7,500.
You can't turn them over. They're chipped at 7.4.
Okay,
Maybe you can turn them more, but like every program we've had is 7,400.
okay, so 7,400, what you're dealing with here. Okay, more torque, I hear.
I don't know. They just run good. They're smooth.
Okay. You can go with my feedback.
no, we're just learning.
Well, yeah, he was just learning it on his feedback. No, I'm just teasing. But no, seriously, they're making their way up here. We see the people that's had it. Moreland, obviously, Quaid has it. Breeden, he runs
Has
one.
one, yeah.
Okay, you got one. Hardy, okay, they're obviously running them. okay? There's several more, obviously Tyler Bear, when you get down in that, Natural Bridge area, they have been running them quite a while. And they beat the drums bill. I mean, they say they're the cat's heads, you know what I mean? We have seen guys like Moreland, okay, win in Winchester in a super race. I was there on that 51 lap or whatever. I've seen Quaid, I think he's won, and Moreland's won too. Tyler Bear's won at Potomac in a 525. So now, I don't really know how good they may be on the big. I think there's still a lot to be determined yet. I think for you, even for me, if I step, for a lot of people, going from a 358 standard, 358, right? That's going to be, you're probably going to notice it, I bet. I bet you will, it's probably because I hear that the things, it's a different up one. I don't know. I mean, Jacob, you've...
There's just really slick, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to compare it to anything because I went from running Bedford both times to Path Valley, so like, Bedford with the Super to Path Valley is a big speed difference, but
Yeah.
in the slick, they're a lot smoother than like a limited motor would be or a super motor. Obviously, a super motor would be.
Yeah.
You like,
What do you like to run at? What was always kind of like your pick?
Yeah, I was always more of the bigger tracks. The thing we always used to talk about that when Jake was first getting started is we would tend to gravitate towards some of the bigger
Yeah, like
tracks.
Hagerstown,
Yeah,
Bedford.
Hagerstown, Bedford.
Port.
We went to Port a couple times.
Yeah.
I was just never really good there. Still, 20 years later, still learning.
Right, well, yeah, right.
Learning how to race there, but yeah, I always like the.
Port's a different animal. Yeah, Port's a different animal, obviously. Well, you let it pass that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
were there a couple times last year for the super races.
Okay, so you would have been like the UMS.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
there for the UMS and then
Speed Weeks.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I raced, did I race last year? No, I didn't race last year. It's been 2 years. I keep you like you know, same boy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but no, I know what you mean. Now, did you, before you got up to the super, you had raced obviously in some limits, the four supers. Okay, that's what I was saying. No crates though.
No, we didn't. Whenever I started, the crates really weren't.
Yeah.
They really weren't.
Correct.
Yeah, so we went right to limits.
Yeah, and now, just like anything, I think, and this is what I fear, I gotta be honest. This is the only thing I fear with these top 25s, one thing. You've seen it happen with E-Mods. You've seen it happen with crates, okay? Somebody, somewhere, somebody, somehow, sometime, whatever, is a builder, okay? Is an engine builder. And they're going to want, somebody's gonna grease somebody's pump, and they're gonna do a privatize it. And then we're gonna get back into the same thing, to where now that $20,000, 525 is gonna cost $35,000. Because we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna let it be what it was originally intended to be. If you can keep that thing privatized, I think you have something going there. I don't know what you think, but my thoughts.
Well, we gotta figure out a way to keep the cost down.
Yeah, you have
I mean, it's getting a little bit out of control. That's part, of course, it's the time, but it's also the money that it takes to do it.
Yeah. Now, a selling point I'm hearing on these, you're getting more laps out of them.
Yeah.
Okay, like, is it safe to say twice? Twice the amount. That's pretty significant. Let's think about it. That's pretty significant, okay? What do you got?
John says that he's the youngest champ at Williams Grove ever in any division.
Okay. Tell me about that.
We're going back now.
That's a
You
way.
know?
We're going back.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think, how old was I then? I couldn't drive.
16 or 17, yeah.
Yeah, I think I was 16 years old. We weren't intending to do it. We actually went to Lincoln. That was the first race that year that we went to. We went to Lincoln.
Okay.
And first time there, first time seeing the track, and I think there was 42, 43 cars, and they were getting a lot of limited back then.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Sure.
we won that race. And then we went to, they kind of had a points deal where you would get, I think you would get like show-up points if you would go to
Okay.
Lincoln, if you would go to Trailways, but the series was really around Williams Grove.
Okay.
So we decided we would try it. We went to Williams Grove and we won that race too.
Okay.
So we kind of got started out in the lead, and then we ended up holding on to it. I mean, there was a couple of really good races throughout the year. So of sticks into mine where I had, kind of ran somebody else's car after I tore my own stuff up, and, well, it's been a while, I'm trying to think of, I know we started last.
Deep. Yeah.
Deep in the field.
Deep.
In the field. I think we came up to maybe the
Third.
top five.
Yeah,
Okay.
you finished third.
Okay.
And then they had the handicap starting as well, so we had, we starting, what was it? I think it was 12.
A lot.
I think they were handicapped 12, so
Mhm.
we would normally start 12th in the feature, and we ended up we only won one. I mean, we would come up through
You come up through.
well, we won the first race, but we started out on the pole because the handicap didn't, or the outside pole.
I got you.
Then we had the one race where we came up from 12th to, and won the race, so 20 laps, that's.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming toward, yeah.
That-
You don't see too much of that happening nowadays, let's be honest. You come up in deep the field, unless there's a power blow up somewhere.
That's
You
fine.
don't do
The air didn't matter so much.
it. It didn't, right, clean air, dirty air, what the hell was that?
Well, in the car, we had a foot off the ground in front, the left front, you're carrying the tire.
Well, yeah, that was the way to roll, oh yeah, look good and everything, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we all know old fat cats, God rest his soul, Big Nathan, sort of bro, and you just couldn't, you love to see that, carry that left front around, twisting that thing. But the true physics of it is, we all know that equal tire patch, you know what I'm saying? All four tires do the same thing on the ground at the same time, is the win, you know? It's different. That was a tough, I'm gonna tell you what, that Lincoln deal, that's a shame that they don't run the limit. That was a awesome.
That was when Gene Knob was in the
Yeah.
one was at the top
Oh,
of his
yeah.
game. So
Oh yeah, that was good stuff there.
Gene Nobles, Tyler Armstrong, we had a pretty good group of cars that were doing that year.
Yeah.
So we were pretty big with that.
Oh yeah, that was decent. You know, once again, you're in the hot dog sprint car world, you know, and I gotta be honest, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, a spade's a spade. You go down the lane, even on Speedway, like, you name it. Like, they pretty much care if you park down the road for the apple orchard, you know, and seriously, they honestly, it sticks out like a sore thumb, you know, and it's a shame, really, I gotta be honest, you know, it's a shame. But you take a look at, flip it around, and you have 410 sprints come to Speed Week at Hagerstown, and you're lucky if you can park down Sheets, you at Crossroads. You know, it's just something in that world that carries and drives that. I don't know. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I just don't know if that's going to return in our life, maybe, back to where these big fields, you know, B-mains. If you got B-mains, something's good. I don't know if we're going to get that. Now, I'm not talking about specialized races. Obviously, you're going to get, you know, for the most part. But I got to be honest. How many times do you see a person $5,000-$6,000 and there's 18 cars, 20 cars? I mean, that's it. That's it. You know, if you start putting that money out on the sprint cars, there's 39 of them. Okay, and there's a lot of ways you can go. Have you ever driven a sprint car?
No.
No. Do you have any interest in doing that?
No, not really.
Yeah, good, that's good, I like it. I like that. No, I mean, it is what it is, I think they take a special nut to run one of them. And I don't mean to be ignorant about that, I mean, them guys, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you something, if I fall down walking in the mountains hunting, it scares me. Okay, let alone flipping something 37 times from Sunday. I mean, I'm serious, that stuff's crazy. Can you see old freaking Billy Ray Cyrus back there? Look at him. He does look like old Billy Ray, don't he? I like that. Look at him. He probably hates me now. He's never going to give me one of these hats for his mowing business. I'm lost now. They fun, whatever. It is what it is. Man, so I bet you're pretty stoked up though, dude. I'm serious. To get back in the swing, it's supposed to. The weather's moved out, obviously, today. Tomorrow's Saturday's supposed to be good, you know? And I bet you're pretty stoked, man. That's probably going to be a cool feeling back behind the wheel.
Oh, it's felt good. It's felt good all week thinking about it.
Yeah.
You kind of give you something to look forward
Oh,
to.
yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah.
Going with the crew here on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we end up running both nights, I think that'll be twice as many races as we raced last year.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Oh, yeah.
If we finish one, we're going to be really competitive.
Yeah, you're right, you get all the laps in a minute, right? It's just like starting over. Yeah. I mean, you probably have your goals, I mean, all joking aside, I mean, you've seen the highs, and you've seen the lows. It's like most things, everybody's race, you know? So your goal is obviously to get comfortable with that car and run every lap, right? And finish your race, you know?
That'd be cool.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't care who you are, I think it's a psychological factor. I'm sure you agree with that when it comes to this stuff. And I'm sure he agrees with it. I know I agree with it. And you get in a slump. It's no different than a pitcher or a batter getting in a slump, man. And look at the Orioles now. Nobody can take it away. They have to open tryouts for Little League down there now. It's that big. You know, for Baltimore. It's awful. You can buy tickets for like $18. You know, I'm going to buy like stay all day a week. You know, watch the game. But you know baseball?
Yeah, I like baseball.
Do you?
I like baseball.
Yeah, kind of. Is your kids in any sports?
Oh yeah, they're in baseball, soccer, gymnastics,
Wow.
everything.
Yeah, we went through that whole deal. I know. Yeah, and my daughter, she'll be 18 in August, and she graduates here in the next 2 weeks. And it's hard to believe, you know what I'm saying? And what a wonderful time that age group is right there. I'm serious. You know, people used to tell me, you know, man, you know, when them days are gone, you look back, and you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because you do. And I guess that's when grandkids are supposed to come along. You know, since he's dating frickin' Jeanette or whatever her name is. And he's dating one. And he'd be the next in line right there. You know, because he's got a long-term thing going on. He's long-term. This one right here, I mean, he picks them up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's next? That sounds like this girl might be. Have you met this girl?
Yeah. One time.
One time? Okay, she seemed from your first impression, she's pretty good for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I mean, he's spending the gas money, $3.40 a gallon, or down the dump, right there.
One thing on the car I think is interesting that those two probably aren't going to tell you is their grandfather was Brent's basically crew chief guy that went for all the years.
Okay.
And he's never got to see these two kind of run together. So that was one of the things for me was to put his two grandsons in the same car so to kind of say, hey, Pap, here you go.
Now, hey, I just seen a mouse go by through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that, huh? You hunt?
There's always something here.
There's always some kind of wildlife in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that little mouse there. He used to sit, one of them used to sit up on the table and look at me all the time, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was funny. So now your grandfather, he might come up. I'm gonna tell you what, he might be just coming over here and visiting me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty hefty. He just went back. They are fun. They watch this. But anyways, enough of the mouse, right? Your grandfather. Now, what was his name?
What's that?
Your grandfather, correct? Your grandfather.
Yeah.
And he would be, what was his?
Wayne.
Okay. Wayne. So
Wayne.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne. So I'm learning here a little bit. So Wayne, has he been around racing then a lot of his life?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he's been into Fender cars.
Yeah, he was always going pro.
Okay, gotcha. See, I'm starting to connect it all together. Stalling, you were supposed to do the genealogical tree for this.
Yeah,
And you have not done it.
I haven't done the Piper tree yet, or the Brent Smith tree.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot going on that Mercersburg area. McCollumsburg's a whole other animal. And that's Pleasantville, Frankie.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Okay, I got you. So now, what do you do for a living?
Sewer.
It's busy right now. I work with the manufacturing company.
Okay.
It's been
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's been good though.
So you don't make money off people's shit, like you think.
No.
Technically, right. I got you. Okay, but they're pretty smart though. They are. With the
That's not
second-
my line of business.
That's not your line of work, is it? So you're in the manufacturing room. Okay. So there's a lot going on in that right now, right?
Yeah, there is. It's busy, and you know, with the time I'm spending on that, I'm starting to travel quite a bit.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, move away a little bit more. So this has kind of been a really cool deal to
Yeah.
work together on this because I don't really have the time through the week to do what I used to do. And I couldn't. And I was even feeling that way a little bit last year, right? I can't really do it the right way, but I still kind of wanted to do it.
You want to do it, but you just don't have time. So that puts a deal like this, it makes it good for a better lack of term, for
Yeah,
you
sure.
or them and everybody.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does your kids, you said your oldest is 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she, is she like the racing thing?
She likes to go.
Does she?
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
you know,
cool.
they're always there, all three of them.
Okay, so they all 3, okay, that's good.
Oh, yeah, they come.
Okay.
They're there. Everybody knows they're there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where they are. Okay, I got you, okay, that's good, that's good. Wow, pretty soon you know they'll be driving, man, time flies along, you know, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter, it took her 2 times to get her license. Yeah. And the first time, she called and she was crying, you know. Her mother took her, and I thought, well, what happened? She always failed, you know what I mean? And I was hoping she failed about 35 times because it's scary. It is. It's not like driving when I started driving, or you started driving, or he started, you know, it's a whole different ball game nowadays. And anyways, like, yeah, I'm thinking, you know, she must have like, I don't know, did her turns in, you know, something stupid like that. They failed it, you know what I mean? A parallel park or like that. And no, she said, Daddy, I wasn't it, you know, and she's crying more. And I was like, what is it? Well, she said, I hit a car. And I said, well, so you're out on the road. No, Daddy, we pulled away from the parking lot at the testing center. And I hit a car. He says, how far did you get? 40 feet, maybe. Yeah. I said, well, what happened? The lady told me to stop the car immediately and get my mom. And we were done for the day. But she'd come back swinging. She did. She'd come back swinging. Nothing a little paint thinner couldn't take some markings off the car. And she sideswiped the car. And the girl that she sideswiped came out and had her license. She passed. You know what I mean? And it was an older car. She told my daughter not to worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. I got an old beater. You know what I mean? And so I just took the paint thinner and cleaned up my daughter, cleaned up her car from the spray paint. Kind of like this, spraying on the racetrack, you know what I mean? Little tire rubbies on there, but yeah, she never left in. But then you figure she probably wants the distance here and everybody. Like that. Collision. And they shut her down, like game over. You know, the lady said, you're done. She wasn't even allowed to park the vehicle. She stopped it right there. You know, and they had to have the people come out, my ex-wife would come out and she wasn't ever drive either. I'm just gonna be honest. But now she's driving now. She's driving now. She's driving now. Yeah. Before.
You're gonna put him in a race car.
So yeah, Jason, what, 3-4 times for your license there?
Me? I think I was at least 4.
Really? To get your license? Jeez.
No.
You never really?
My first time.
Took me
No,
8.
Jace, don't you tell me this. Your nose is growing. Yeah, how many times for you there, Pike?
8.
Whoa, okay. 8 times.
I don't like burnouts out of the parking lot.
You're right, probably so, okay. I think I hit it the first time. I got it the first pass. There's a lot different. A lot different. Now you gotta drive and walk all this time. Like when she was driving, like drive at night. You know, drive with deer. You know, Look, seriously, you got all this stuff, man. And it's like, are you kidding me? And this is out of control, man, you know? I don't get it. Times are changing.
Yeah.
Times are changing. Now, you're a Mercersburg meeting, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're up in Mercer, but you're close to these guys.
Yeah, about 5-10 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah, okay. I keep saying I gotta get up to their shop, but I'm yet to make it there. I see this couch that seems
Oh,
to be-
yeah.
have imprints in it.
That was a good idea. That's a nice place to take a nap.
You know, okay, I gotcha. So you go over there, or, help, obviously, you guys, through the winter, I guess, put this deal together.
No, yeah, I mean, to be honest, they did a lot of work. I mean, I was, kind of going through something new and working with a new job, and they really kind of stepped up. So it's been, it's been pretty neat. But I mean, it's still going over there. Now starting to go over kind of
Yeah.
quite a bit, make sure everything fits me and all those things. But
Here, I'll take this, I think we're wearing down on that. I think Jake is worn down, you know what I mean? It matters, so we're good here, so we'll share. You see the mouse again?
Yeah, it's all right.
I tell you, ain't that something like that? See what they drag in with them? You damn old mouse, you know what I mean? That's what we count in here. Elf and snakes, I don't want them in there, you know what I'm saying? They make decon in there. Everybody's like, why don't you kill them snakes? They kill the rats and stuff. They make decon. It's a hardware store, you know what I'm saying? But, So, okay, so this Saturday's is the big day.
Yeah, big
Okay,
day.
the big day. It gives you something to look forward to. It doesn't though when you race like that, it does give you something to look forward
Well,
to.
it does. I've been excited about it for a couple weeks now.
Okay.
We were originally just planning to go to Road Knob on Sunday. But,
Yeah.
You know, Jake said he'd really like to take a stab at the crew chief thing, so he's gonna let me run on Saturday.
Well, you know, I thought I seen on there that they have, isn't it this woman contest thing this weekend? Where
Next weekend, tire gun contest.
Yeah, there you go.
Jace is the farm girls defending champion.
That's right, yes, that's right, I do remember that. Yes, she did do that. She rolled the tire, threw the tire,
Threw the
body
tire.
slammed somebody.
Just like throwing a hay bale, man. She just whipped that thing halfway down the front stretch.
I missed it.
Yeah, I remember now, yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, see what they did, it's a lot of fun, you know what I'm saying? So, what's your take, you know, on this race, and obviously, and that you would share with folks, you've been doing it a while, you took a step back a little bit, okay? And maybe in your mind at one point, I don't know, you may have thought, maybe this is it, you know, am I gonna do this anymore, you know? But you always wanna do it, but there's always a way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there a couple times. I mean, we've had a rough couple of years with just, you know, bad luck, stupid things go on. And yeah, I mean, we were at a pretty low spot at the end of last year, middle of last year. So, you know, for this to come up, it's good. But it wasn't the first time. I mean, I had to take a step back a couple of years ago when we first started having kids, and
Yeah.
and I haven't really stopped since then.
Yes.
So we got a lot. But it's been.
Yeah, you're so ready to keep going. Yeah, I totally understand.
But no, it's good. It's good to get back. I mean, I always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing. It's an experience. That's the best part for me. I mean, as these guys know, I'm not a big talker, so I'm not the guy that's going around in the pits, you know, talking to everybody. But I like how it brings the family together.
Yeah.
And we're all there, and
Yeah.
it's fun. So.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm not a big talker either. You know, there's a lot of places, you know, I can tell you, they try to shut me down, like the FCC, they shut everyone down. They try to shut my ass down, you know what I mean? But I keep on keeping and getting it done.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, Tyler, I was excited on Jim's side. I had to come on and learn some things here about you, and I'd like to get to learn more. But that area up there, there's, you know, is to do what we do. We get around to different places and have people come, and you know, is a radius, you know, and pretty soon you can't have somebody. I mean, you can if they want. But obviously, when they're traveling, hey, you travel 4 hours down here? You know what I'm saying? It's hard. So I still think there's a lot of people like yourself and these folks and others that are still in the game in some way, shape, or form that are right in your backyard, you know? And that's what we do here is bring that out to the people, okay? And bring that out to the people. It's not only good for the people, the teams, yourself, but it's good for the sport, meaning if you want to take the sport of racing, late models, you know what I mean? Late models, you know? And I really appreciate you taking the time to come with these guys out here and not knowing where you're going, especially this nutty place, you know? East side down. You been to Roseville? Is it the first inaugural Roseville visit?
I mean, I've been through here.
Okay, chances are these cars are graffiti out there and they stole the tires off them. Okay, but it's a pretty hard neck of the woods.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you coming down. We wish you the best of luck, not only this weekend, but continuing just as well as we do with the whole Piper brand up here. Even freaking what I call him, Billy Ray Cyrus, okay, up there. If he gets behind the wheel, Jace Piper. But now, is there anything you want to add to anything, buddy, before we get off here before the mouse goes crazy?
Yeah, before he gets after us.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, to get to know people and talk to people. It's like I said, not really my thing to volunteer for something maybe like this, but to come and do it, it's been pretty cool to get together.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
You know,
He gonna see me right at the door.
but it's cool to be able to talk to us, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
We're not professionals at this.
No.
We're just
We're having fun doing it, right?
normal people that
Yeah.
like to have fun and do this for, you know,
Exactly.
spend a lot of money to have a little bit of fun.
Exactly. Spend a lot, right, spend a lot of money, have a little bit of fun, and get a check for a little bit of nothing sometimes, you know? And at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Good business plan.
It is. It's a great business model. Well, yeah, right. Well, Tyler, we appreciate you coming on, and I wish you the best of luck. We appreciate the players coming on tonight, and we wish everyone the best of luck here, obviously, from here on out. It's always a pleasure speaking with them, and now you, and we have you back at some point. See you at the races now, and then come down and talk to you a little bit. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in action on the June 19th, but we will be doing the bottom line news report, not next Monday because of Memorial Day, but on Tuesday. Tuesday will be, we're going to have a lot of new features with AV stuff and better our mechanics in here with audio and visual. That's really big for us. And, you know, get out and support your local racetracks, ladies and gentlemen. That's super important, okay? And just, you got to get out. You do. I mean, you can sit at home and watch something, but you can get out. It's good for everybody. Till then, we appreciate you tuning in. Mark the Shark on AD. We appreciate his activity, and even the old Mighty Mouse that was in here with us. We loved having him here. Have a great week, great weekend. You be able to spot us, ladies and gentlemen, at Tyler County Speedway this Saturday with the ULMS Subaru Company. We'll be bringing the big energy to pre-race soon, and on the mic to call the show. Check us out. We'll be live streaming. Until then, we'll talk to you later.